Happy Wednesday, it's June 19th, 2024, and we have a few good WNBA games on today. So I'm going to sprinkle one of those bets in alongside a few MLB winners. This is the free three. Let's get into these plays for today. What's up, guys? It's your boy No Believing back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day as we're just trying to get to the bag together and we're just trying to make that money. Yesterday was a winning day. I spoke about yesterday in my rant of the day, basically how I wanted to stop like the cold days, the full fades, the full sweeps, and I just want to kind of get a little bit more consistency. Well, we were able to back that up yesterday. 2-1 on the day. Reds on the money line cashed in. The Red Sox on the money line also cashed in. Did not get the Padres' first 5 run line there. Michael King gave up a run in the bottom of the 4th. Padres couldn't score, so that's tough to see, especially when they score 2 runs in the top of the 6th inning. Frustrating there, but I'll take a winning day. That's how we needed it yesterday on the channel, and today we're gonna run it back because I have 2 baseball winners for you guys and 1 in the WNBA as well. So we'll sprinkle some WNBA action in there to go with our 3-1 record thus far in the WNBA here on the channel. So let's see if we can keep that momentum going. Smash that subscribe button for me, my friends, and let's have fun today with a few baseball winners. For my first best bet of the day, let's run it back with the same game as we did yesterday. And we're going to go to that Red Sox and Blue Jays matchup. And instead of taking a look at one side in this game, I'm actually going to take a look at the total. As we have 2 pitchers on the mound, Brian Bello for the Red Sox and Kevin Gausman for the Blue Jays. Both of these guys are supposed to be the aces of the staff, but this year they have not really looked like it. And because of that, I'm going to go the over 8 here in this matchup, minus 112 odds on FanDuel. Now, I would actually buy the extra juice here and lay the 7.5 because I do not want that push at 8, as I do think that can happen. But I do like the over 8 here as well. The over 8 I really like. Now, these are 2 guys, like I said, they've struggled this year with their pitching and their command. Brian Bello 6-4 in the year with a 5 ERA, while Kevin Gausman's 5-5 on the year with a 4.08 ERA. And it's just been a little bit concerning for both of these pitchers because they are both strikeout dependent pitchers, but when you are a strikeout dependent pitcher, that also means that you throw the ball typically around the plate, near the plate, over the plate. And when that happens, if your pitchers are not getting the command that you're used to getting, then you're going to get knocked up for a few runs because you're literally tossing it right over the plate. And that's really what we've seen with Brian Bello this year. I don't know if you guys have seen Tristan McKenzie from the Guardians and like why he struggled this year with his pitching. Same type of thing. He used to be a strikeout pitcher. He settled with an injury. It's affecting his velocity. Now he's throwing the ball over the plate without the same type of velocity, without the same type of spin. The ball's getting hit. Brian Bello, last start against the Yankees, 4 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 home run. His start before that against the White Sox, one of the worst lineups in all of baseball. Same thing. 4 2/3 innings, 5 runs given up with 9 hits and 1 home run. So that is what happens when you're not having your consistency, when you're not spotting your pitches correctly, and you're just not able to get the strikeouts and the velocity that you want to get. Now, Kevin Gausman on the other side, we've seen him struggle as well. Last start against the Guardians, 3 earned runs given up with 8 hits, 1 home run. He struggled earlier in the month against the Orioles as well, where he went 6 innings, but he still gave up 6 earned runs to go with 3 home runs. This is a Red Sox offense that over the last 30 days is top 10 in baseball, number 1 in batting average, and also hitting the ball very well off of right-handed pitcher and isolated power and OPS. That's why I'm leaning towards the over. Do I think I lean towards the Jays on the first 5 run line or first 5 money line? But I'm just going to isolate it to the total. I can't trust either of these pitchers here, and it even gets worse when you look at the splits for Kevin Gausman at home in comparison to the road. On the road, 1.86 ERA for Kevin Gausman. At home, 6.44 ERA with 6 home runs and 27 earned runs given up. That's compared to only 12 earned runs given up on the road. So you can see the big drastic difference there. This is a Red Sox offense that I trust right now. And then the Jays, they've been struggling all year, bottom in the league in terms of run score per game. But if there's an offense, or I should say, if there's a pitcher that the offense should be able to really rebound against, Brian Bello is going to be that guy. I'm expecting runs to be scored in this one. Give me the over 8. You can lay the 7.5 as well, as we saw them go 4-3 yesterday, 7-3 in the first game of the series. So for me, I can see them going over this total here. Now for my second best bet of the day, we're also going to hang out here in the major leagues, and we're going to go with a side here, and it's actually a narrative play. Actually, I don't really call it a narrative play. It's more of like a trend play, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what I'm going to call it. We're going to go with the Mariners over the Guardians on the money line, plus 115 odds. So really good value that we're getting here. And what's the narrative? What's the trend play? Brian Wu is on the mound for the Mariners. 3-0 in the year, 1.07 ERA, 0.53 whip. But in his 6 starts, the Mariners have won all 6 games. So that's really what I'm looking at here. I like the value that we're getting. Brian Wu is somebody who's been stellar. Back-to-back starts, 12 combined innings, 5 hits given up, no earned runs to go with 8 strikeouts, and that was against the Athletics, and then that was against the Angels. Not 2 of the best offenses, but we saw when he faced a strong offense like he did against the Yankees back on the May the 21st, 6 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs given up to go with 7 strikeouts. And that's a Yankees team that does not strike out a whole lot, and we've seen what they've been able to do offensively over the past month or so. So to see Brian Wu in that type of form, that gives me the confidence to take them here in this position. And Tanner Bybee, who's on the mound for the Guardians, he's been a little bit inconsistent. 3.94 ERA, and in his last 5 starts, he's given up at least 1 earned run. And his last start against the Reds, 4 earned runs given up to go with 2 home runs in 5 1/3 innings. That's not going to get it done. I think the Mariners are going to win it today. I like the value that we're getting at plus Chicky, plus 115. If you want to take the 1.5 run line, be my guest. But Mariners should win this game outright. Brian Wu here, take that at plus money value as our second best bet of the day. For our third and final best bet of the day, let us head over to the WNBAs. We have a great matchup. Miss Caitlin Clark in the Indiana Fever are taking on the Washington Mystics. And this is one of those matchups when I'm realized, as I've been handicapping WNBA really heavily this year, one thing that I'm noticing is that, like, when you have some of the bottom barrel teams in the league, right? Not to say that, you know, that these teams are terrible, but they're not the Aces, okay? They're not the Lynx, let's be honest. They're not the Liberty. So when you have teams like the Mystics, who've literally just won like their first game like last week, and the Indiana Fever, who've only won about 5 games thus far this year, when you have these type of squads and they're facing each other, these are the games they get up for, right? Because this is the one that you have the chance to really pick up a win. Not to say that they don't want to grab a win against the Liberty or against the Storm. It's just a little bit harder to think if you're going to grab that win. So because of that, I think both of these teams are going to go at it today. It's going to be a very competitive matchup. And because of that, I expect a lot of scoring. I'm going to lean towards the over 166.5 minus 110 odds. Now, the numbers say to take the over here. Now, the Indiana Fever to start off the season with Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston, it took them a little bit of a second to kind of get everything gelled, to get it all working together. And they've recently been able to pick it up. Just this past week, Aaliyah was named the Eastern Conference Player of the Week. So that kind of lets you know the type of form that she's been in. And as a result, the Fever have won 3 of their last 4 games, 4 of their last 6 games. So really, of their 5 wins, they've won 4 of them within just like the last week or 2 weeks or so. So they're really getting in good form. But also, when you look at the numbers in that winning streak that they've been on, they've gone over their total in 5 straight matchups. Even in their last game against the Chicago Sky, we had a high total of 168.5, and that final score was 91-83, so going way over 170 points, and we were good to cash that in. These 2 teams faced off on June the 7th, and the Fever actually won that game on the road at Washington 85-83. Even though they didn't cover the -4 spread, which we currently are seeing in this game as well, they did go over the total at the time, which was 161.5. Now, they were able to fly over the total combined 85-83. That gives you about 168 or so. So we're just going to barely squeak over this new inflated number of 166.5. But like I've mentioned, I like the fact that the Fever have gone over this total in 5 straight games. And we've seen them go over in high situations. Against the Liberty on the 2nd of June, the total is 169. They went over. Just against Atlanta recently on the June 13th, that total is 165. They went over. So we've seen them be able to go over in the past. And then the Mystics also in their last game against the Sky, they went over just recently. It was a lower total at 158.5, but they were able to go over that number. The Fever are 11-4 to the over this year, 5-2 to the over at home, where they will be today. You guys know that arena is going to be rocking there with the Fever at home and Gamebridge Fieldhouse. Caitlin Clark, the way she brings the Indianapolis crowd out is absolutely amazing. So I think it's going to be a great atmosphere, which is bred for scoring. And then also, both of these teams are not the best defensively, and because there's a chance that either team can win this game, they played the first game really competitively, I think we're getting a high scoring matchup here. Over 166.5 in the Fever and Mystics is our WNBA pick of the day. Well, that's it for me today, my friends. 3 best bets, 3 winners that we're giving to you guys on this Wednesday card. Give me the Jays and the Red Sox over 8 runs. Give me the Seattle Mariners on the money line. And then give me the over in the Indiana Fever and the Washington Mystics game. You may want to look at the player props for Caitlin Clark in that game as well once that line comes out. They haven't come out just yet because she always shows out against these teams that really are not there to bully her, but that really don't have anybody like that can stop her. So I think she dropped like 30 points against the Mystics last time, so you maybe want to take a look at that. But I think we're going to get a good WNBA game today. There's 2 other really good games on today. I think the Lynx are playing as well, so a few other matchups that you guys can check out. If you want my other picks and plays, it is a baseball travel day, so I'll have a few extra winners throughout the middle of the day as well. Click the link in the description, join the free Discord group, introduce yourself when you get in there, drop a play, let us know what you're taking, my friends. And as always, let's get to that cheddar, dictate your fate, and I'll see you on the next video. Later, gang.